Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these errors that suddenly have pop up, this is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and hopefully they can see us because let us know.
I got it.
Let us know in the comments if you can see us because suddenly YouTube's like, hey, you need to verify yourself. Oh, man. Let us know in the comments. But this is your Bronco Talk. Well, wait, no, Ford Talk Live.
I was going to say, geez.
I've not had any Maker's Mark just yet, so that's the problem. This is Ford Talk Live presented by who, Kelly?
White Knuckle Off Road Products.
That's right.
All they ask is that you go check them out.
Yep.
And see what they're all about.
Yeah, go over to whiteknuckleproducts.com and offroadproducts.com and check out all they make rock sliders. We tested the rock sliders this weekend. We'll show you a little clip of that because that's Kelly was being a badass suddenly. And she's like, hold my margarita mix.
Wait, suddenly? Wait.
And yeah, so we might have scratched the rock sliders up, which is what you're supposed to do. But anyway, so go check them out. Tell them we said hi. There is no discount code. There is nothing. I don't do that kind of stuff unless, clearly sometimes people want you to put a code in the bottom. But anyways, I'm rambling on tonight. But go check them out. That's all they ask is for sponsoring the show is like, hey, just send some traffic our way. If they like our product, they'll buy it.
Yep.
Not, I'm sure there's something out there they will buy. And speaking of buy, sometimes when the stock market's low, you buy low, sell high. And we're going to sell high with Miss Allie Dubois. Man.
Who can't talk to
Wow.
Hi, Allie.
What's happening?
I don't know what's happening, man. We
Me
just got done
either.
watching the Avengers. And maybe that's I want to fight
We
aliens
haven't
or
cried
something.
yet. Was it over?
Yeah, that was the first one. That's not the bad one.
Oh. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. That's why we're watching. But how's the world of Michigan up there, Allie? Clearly it's cold because your ears are bandaged up, your body's bandaged up with blankets.
She always wears a headband. It's not her.
I
It's
know.
not
Yeah.
her coldness.
It's because I'm lazy and I didn't want to take a shower.
We understand that was us because we didn't have a shower in the camper.
Oh man, we all weekend no showers. It was by the time I don't think we could. We
Well,
had to crack the windows.
It was like 2 nights ago. I used like a conditioning treatment on my hair, and I don't know if I used too much or like left it on too long, but like my hair just feels greasy now, and I didn't feel like taking another shower. And I'm like, no, we're just
Feels
gonna-
like heavy.
All Terrain Nation was brought to you by Pert Plus. When you think of itchy scalp, you think Pert Plus.
She didn't say itchy. She said heavy.
yeah.
Don't find logic in the joke, Kelly.
Just did.
This is over.
Oh my lord.
Starting early.
It is starting early. We got some guests in the
Welcome,
green room. though.
everybody.
That's right. We got some guests in the green room you guys are going to want to know about. We dropped a video today. Dropped it on the Diabolical slide bracket. My mind's gone blank, man. Something 2.0. And Alan and them will be in here in just a minute to talk about it. Man, my brain is like fried right now.
Yeah.
But that's going to be fun here in just a minute. Allie, UAW, I just want to get into it real quick. How are the auto sales? Any issues forming just yet for the sales side?
No, we're good on our side. I feel bad for all the suppliers getting laid off.
Yeah,
So,
I did see
They
all
should
that
probably
happen.
get their shit together. So
Which is kind of what we talked about was going to happen. There was going to be a trickle-down effect that a lot of people didn't foresee.
That's right.
and they're because I think I don't want to say they're blind to it. I think they're naive to it because I think they thought when they came back they'd have all these parts to where like the line wasn't going to be shut down all the time.
Everything would be backed up.
Like they're not going to keep giving us parts if we're not working.
100%.
So I don't know. I just think this is going to start getting really ugly.
And you know what else is going to get ugly if I don't do it?
So bad.
I swear I can't take him anywhere, can I? Ooh, buddy.
Good Lord.
Oh, man.
We have got Bryce Gardner in the house. Anna Smith with that $1.19 super
right.
chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You
Honest
know Dave
just-
loves those crazy
I
numbers.
do. Honest just supported the channel for a whole 10 minutes. Thank you, Honest.
He said that he would trade the $1.19. No, wait, we'll get there. Hold on.
Okay,
There'll be
don't
another,
ruin
there'll
it.
be another one. Steve P says Kelly's Bronco all dirty just warms my heart. Good times were had. Good evening, everyone. Yes, we did have a good time. We'll talk more about
Get
that.
into that in a little bit.
Anna Smith said Houday maybe.
No, who they always.
Good evening, y'all, says Bronco 78. Anna says, thinking if I can get Dave to buy me that camper, I will make a Mustang payment.
Ooh.
That's not really
I think
equal.
we're going to need about a year of Mustang.
Yeah,
payments.
yeah, to make that work. D Cooper 449 says, I'm ready for some ATN. Let's see. Steve P says, depending upon their review, it could be a run on them or a 6-month wait, or sales will tank.
Well, I'm thinking they were hoping. I can see them now right now. They're hoping there's a run on these little things.
Yes, yes. Paul Elliott checking in this evening. Mark King, Eric Jefferson, Michael Cooper, Valley Dude 5000, 502 Bourbon Crew checking in this evening. Scott Dunsmore checking in saying, what's going on, ATN? And Paul Elliott says, like the music for the intro. Jack Evans, John Miko, Bud Guy 8829, Matt Porter.
What's
Matt,
that tattoo,
we were
Matt?
kind of in
Porter.
your neck of the woods this weekend. Driving through, we actually talked about you. It's like, isn't Matt about from here? So Minall Productions and Laura with Alcione Ford just made it
said
home.
Right.
I know you
I
did.
was- I was just going fast enough, so if I said it wrong, nobody caught me. So shh. Gia Hogue in the house. Zach and let's see. Did I miss anybody? Let's see. I just want to make sure. Bryce Gardner.
Scott in there going go Lions, which I appreciate that. That's my NFC team right now, the Lions. But no, I will not say the go blue.
Go blue. Go blue.
Lions
Bronco
are
78 asked, were you swatting at Nats by the end of the weekend? Luckily, I'm pretty
No,
sure
we're
between
not.
the buzzer and the little light downstairs that we may have gotten rid of the Nats.
And then I found the reason for it, which we
And
talked
he
about.
also found the reason, of course, we've heard about that. Ford Video Guy checking in. M. Peugeot in the house this evening. Jonathan Folds, Jason Leopold. Let's
Cast of
see.
characters are in.
502 Bourbon Crew said our Maverick is in production. I think I'm just
Ooh.
gonna sell it though.
fun.
Let's see. Ragnar Khan, the great me has arrived. Pop tart in hand because cooking is too hard for me today.
Hey, there you go.
I get that. Totally get that.
We had a salad from Zaxby's.
We
for
did.
dinner.
We did. Bronco 78 said that strike is hitting close to home. My son works for the company making gas tanks. They have started to furlough a bunch of their workers. Luckily, he's still working for now.
Yep.
Let's hope they finish that up real soon.
Yeah.
But see, like, here's the thing that like bums me out for not just the strikers, but like the suppliers is you're coming into holiday time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And like everything's tight as it is, and it's like this is just I don't know.
Well, not everybody is union protected on that,
Right.
So
No.
whether your
So the
opinions
furlough
are,
is the furlough.
your opinions are plural or minus on that. Not everybody, just when the union strikes, not everybody's protected under that UAW banner.
That's
so,
right.
So definitely our thoughts for those people.
And Peugeot says he's moving or he's driving back from Moab, and
And I
then
think that's
Jack
where
Evans
like my frustration comes in at.
I know, impacting. It's that trickle down effect we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nurse AJ in the house as well. And
Nurse AJ missed out. We had a surprise for her if she had actually
We
showed up to the
did.
Badlands.
We did.
So,
but she said something came up and she wasn't able to make it.
That's
So
all right.
I think if I didn't say hello, it was not intentional.
It
So
probably
hello,
was.
hello.
It probably was.
Hey, whoa, back off, sir.
well, speaking of
Back off.
intentional, we've got some big names here. They are from Salt Lake City. They are people that have
Are you looking at me for continuing to lead your conversation?
no.
Because you just kind of like paused there for a
We were
second.
having a conversation of sorts.
Oh, were we?
Well, I mean, I think that's what this thing.
Well, as our daughter said this weekend, it was like sometimes you think we can read your mind.
my daughter was a little asshole this weekend.
Imagine
and
that.
I like
Totally called me out. Totally, it was team mom and daughter on dad. But anyways, so we have some big names here. I want to bring in the Diabolical team that is known as Kelly. Introduce these two, and we'll go from there.
We've got Alan and Brandon from Diabolical Inc. checking in with us this evening. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're so excited to hear about your future plans because you guys are heading to SEMA in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, it's about 10 days before leaving and heading down that way. So lots to get done. So I want to start out by saying go Blue and Lions.
Yes.
No, go
Yay!
Lions.
And to the guy that
Go
eats
Buckeyes.
Pop-Tarts for dinner, I ate a Pop-Tart for breakfast this morning. So
I know we've stayed with you, Alan.
We keep Pop-Tarts here in the shop all day long too. So,
What flavor was it today, Alan? Because I know it's usually raspberry.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Oh,
All
that's a
right,
good man.
changing
Good
it up.
man.
That's Dave's favorite.
Yep.
How about you, Brandon? What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had coffee.
Coffee.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Brandon's-
Breakfast of champions.
We got a boys' dinner over there and a man's dinner. I see what's going on. But Alan, so it is. You guys are. I know you're gearing up for SEMA, and you guys are going to be there. And of course, I think some rigs will have some of your product on there. But you know, for most SEMA builds, they're just starting now. So
Yeah, 10 days
So-
before.
So I know our buddy with Lifestyle Off Road said he just wrapped a SEMA truck that's heading out, and
He wasn't even sure if he was going to be able to make this Badlands trip this weekend because he was still
he was
finishing
still
up.
trying to finish that thing up. But in all honesty, there's a lot of vehicles that for some reason manufacturers go, I don't know if we're going to go. We're going. Oh, does anybody have a vehicle?
Yeah.
So
All of a
so-
sudden last month.
so what is Diabolical doing at SEMA? What's going on there?
So we have a booth in the North Hall. We're going to have my Bronco in the booth. So we'll be showing all the latest and greatest stuff on the Bronco. Have the top off, probably the doors off too, just so it's easier to see.
Hey, this is a family show, sir. Come on now. Come on now.
So that way everybody can see it when they walk in. Brandon's coming out after Halloween. We got a couple of our friends coming up from Florida and from Alabama.
Nice.
Taryn and Blake from Alabama, and Harris and Erica from Tampa Bay helping out. So we're gonna have fun.
So this is your booth this year, right?
Yep. We did a booth so that way we can actually have a display also in the new product section. So we've never put the Slipstream in there, so this will be a chance for dealers, WDs, and people like that to see it. So
Awesome.
And I know that then your product actually makes it into the show. Sometimes I know in the past, sometimes things get removed and
yeah,
there's a better deal. So when you can control the situation, that's the best situation.
Yeah, and we're gonna have that we know of right now, half a dozen other vehicles will have our products on it throughout SEMA.
Nice.
There's a couple outside displays. The one that was the build last year for Counts Customs, that's going to be outside in the big section, people walking around. In the Overland Experience section is going to be Racket roof racks. They're going to have everything opened up so everybody can see the Slipstream working with the Racket roof rack and the other accessories that they have on their build. Oracle Lighting, they collaborated after we met them in Tennessee this year. They wanted to work together. So they sent us a bunch of lights. We sent them the two-door Ridgeback and the
Nice.
slide floor. So that'll be on display. I believe they're also putting rock lights on the inside of it to light it up.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
It'd be really cool. Motley, I'm trying to remember. It's Motley. Where is that?
Crew. Just kidding.
No, Motley
Girls,
Industries.
girls.
Motley Industries.
Okay.
Makes a bunch of tool bags. They're actually working with Ford to do a specific Ford bag, and one also for the Jeep. So when you open it all up, it's got all your tools in it that you need that are
That's
a
what
real
you've been looking
tool.
for.
That's what I've been looking for.
But they're specific to the vehicle.
But they're specific to the vehicle.
Nice.
So they're working directly with Ford on that, and they have a Raptor that will be in their booth that's got our system in it. We met them out at Colorado Supercell and worked out something with working with them together. So that works out great. And then we'll probably in the last 2 weeks and the first day of walking around, we'll probably find usually a dozen Jeeps that have been, builds over the years, the last couple of years that have our system in it that are still in those people's booth, like Pro Eagle,
That's awesome.
Jax. They've been running our system for about 5 years now. So it'll be really cool to catch up with all those people and talk to some new people. We're really looking forward to branching out to shops across the country, maybe even some European and Asian ones with our product. So kind of help smooth out those highs and lows through the year.
Yeah. That a little bit more consistent for you,
Yeah,
for sure.
I know our buddy Tim here with Ford Video Guy. He needs to. I've tried to get you two to connected
Yes.
a couple times because They do a lot of aftermarket stuff on theirs, and I know another name I'll send you here in a minute.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it because obviously we love your product. You know, you've sent us some product to test over the past year and a half, and pretty much everything we've loved. I'm still struggling with the visor. I like it, and I find that I do like. I'm like, okay, but I'm still like, we got a molly bag up there now.
Yeah.
But that's the only one. I'm just like, Kelly likes it.
So tell us about the visor. Like, I know you've sent me some pictures, Alan, but I think it makes more sense for someone who designed it and kind of makes sense for that. So what is the concept for that visor, that visor insert?
Visor shelf is what we call it.
Visor shelf. Thank you.
Visor shelf. So it's just one of those things. We started making it a couple of years ago for the Jeep, and the Jeep just didn't have a lot of height available, but the Bronco is huge. So this is 6 inches deep, so you can mount radios on top of it because you still have about 3 inches with the hard top and about 4 inches in height with a soft top above the shelf. So putting any kind of radio, a handheld GMRS radio. I put my Mob Armor phone mount on the underside. Brandon in his Jeep and Gladiator, uses his GoPro mounted to the underside of it.
Oh, well, that would be a great idea.
That would be a great idea for us.
So nothing's in the way. Because I have prescription sunglasses, I do a small molly bag. I put a 2-inch wide piece of peel and stick Velcro across the top of it from front or from left to right. And that way I've got 3 different bags up there, the small molly bag. So I can put my sunglasses up there and a wipe rag, a small first aid bag, a miscellaneous bag. It's a lot of room to put a lot of stuff that's not in a cup holder or bouncing around in that little cubby in front of the shifter or stretching out your netting in the doors. That is,
you know why this doesn't work for Dave? Because he's not very organized when it comes to these things. Because guess what happens? And our daughter is a chip off of the old block, because guess what? I can totally organize a vehicle and say, okay, this is where everything's going to go. But guess what's going to happen when this one gets in there? He's going to put it wherever the hell he thinks it goes, or it's too much trouble to put it somewhere else or whatever. So we do have a molly bag right in this area right here that just straps in there and keeps our sunglasses in it. But we do need to branch out, but only if I can get you to commit to organize in my Bronco.
You're the thing I've committed to. Past that, it's all like,
wow.
Like, maybe. But no, I kid about that, because I did see Alan's when we saw it, your vehicle at the Stampede in Gatlinburg. I did see a bunch of. I was like, oh, so that's what actually you do.
Yeah.
Because Alan came out to East Tennessee last year, and suddenly there was one of these in my truck, and I was like, what? Like, and then Alan was busy doing his thing with Diabolical, and I didn't have time to really discuss it much with you, but we have actually used that.
Yeah.
And it's been an improvement over what we had, far as more storage with the sunglasses and stuff like that. Alan, what else is going on over there at Diabolical?
They've got a deal going right now.
I'll go over this real quick. So this is our retro spin lever kit. So anybody that's got a Slipstream system in the Bronco, since the Bronco kits came out, and the Jeeps, if anybody's watching, it's also got a Jeep with this system. So the beauty of this is now, instead of a quick release pin underneath the rear at the tailgate for the folding top, and in the middle of the folding top, you can have these. And you drill a 1/4-inch hole. You use our template, shows you with arrows, which is the outside, what's the inside, where you put it. There's a video showing you how to do it. And a stainless steel washer with a pen that pressed through it with a rubber seal, and then some heavy duty white washers, so everything spins nice and easy. It's not metal on metal, and you can tighten it up to where it's a stiff or it's a loose, however you want to do it. And that allows people that have bought a kit since we came out with the Bronco last spring to be just like the brand new ones that now have them in the folding top as standard, and in the corner of the wall. So the next thing is making the retro kit. So instead of reaching in and trying to put that pin in the upper corner, you can actually just reach in and spin a lever down and your wall folds open that quick.
That's
right.
awesome.
And that's one thing I like about you guys, man. You don't just kind of design something and move on and never
then forget about it.
Yeah, never take feedback or anything. And we had ours. We actually had ours out, pretty much the whole thing out this weekend.
Yep.
Because we went camping and our daughter needed a place to sleep since she was a late addition. But somebody was asking on this here. This is the only other picture I see that Alan and them have up. They were asking what it looks like from the inside. It really doesn't block the view much at all.
No, it doesn't. So you can see on the center part, the center plastic, you can see that kind of indentation that's in the factory plastic. It sits about a half an inch below that. So you still have, when you put your visors up, you still have almost an inch before it touches the bottom of the visor shelf. So it doesn't obstruct the visors at all. It bolts into those two factory mount points with the two factory bolts.
Well, we've got a chat thing up, and I'm kind of tempted to fill out your chat
Don't do it.
while we're
No.
talking, but I won't.
They don't want to deal with you.
I can respond.
See, this is the kind of company you're dealing with. They're like, hey,
Yes.
we will respond right away. The OG for me was your Slipstream, and I want to get to that a little bit and talk about it a little bit because we've really enjoyed this more than I think we thought we would. We knew for protection what it would do, but all of our softball gear this year was we would go out, never felt we have a soft top. So there's always with the soft top a little worry of like, somebody really, if they wanted in there, they probably could push their way.
It literally lived in our truck all spring.
But so this is what Alan was talking about that you were talking about. You improved with the some of the fasteners on that. And guys, I kid you not, the way they've designed this, you are not getting in this thing. There's no way to access any of the bolts. It's pretty ingenious the way that it's done, and I like the fact that it's modular. We've taken the top off many times when we've needed a little extra room, and
needed that height.
Minute and a half, we have it right back on. So that's definitely these are Christmas items, by the way. Just remember, Alan would appreciate some Christmas sales.
Well, and speaking of sales, check out the deal that they have going on right now. Buy a Slipstream kit and get our marine deck mats or molly panels for free.
Which those are awesome.
Those are awesome.
That's a huge deal. We haven't done that thing. That's the biggest thing we've done all year.
That's the biggest sale we've had.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're on the fence about it, now's the time so you can get that extra, that extra option, whichever one works for you.
Yeah. Because you can see it right here on this Bronco. There's none on there, and it looks great without them. But I think you guys do a couple different colors on that, and it's a nice little place. Maybe a little extra sound deadening if you're on the bumpy trails, but you can put stuff up there and it's like a skid. It's not going to allow anything to just slide all over. It grips onto it. And you guys are even you put tie downs on the top of this, which I greatly like quite a bit too. Hey, look, I can get a better picture. And it looks like Alan was standing all over it in this photo.
I know I've seen him stand on it.
You've got to do the R&D.
Yes.
All right. I did have a question today. It was quite interesting. Somebody on the video we dropped this afternoon was like, how much weight can you on the slide drawer can you put on it? And I wanted to send that picture to him of like Alan standing on the drawer.
But Alan's not 500 pounds, and that can hold 500 pounds.
I'm not. Way to call out a guy's weight, Kelly. Way too.
He's not.
How do we know Alan's not 500 pounds?
Thanks, Kelly.
Well, I mean, unless he's got like some crazy metal in his body that we don't know of.
Maybe Alan thinks of himself as a piece of rebar. He's really heavy.
Wow.
I'm a fan.
Don't tell people what they are anymore. But no, in all honesty though, we've used this thing quite a bit, and we've kind of beat the crap out of it a little bit because we just
only from heavy usage of it.
Yeah, well, we throw stuff all over it.
We do.
Let me go pull this away. What else you got going on over there, Alan?
So the two-door delete Ridgeback system is out. That's live. We've already sold quite a bit of those. That's for the guys who want to take their rear seat out and have the whole back enclosure.
Is that this one?
Yep. That's 42 inches deep,
wow,
42 inches wide, and 22 inches at the tailgate and 21 inches at the wall in height. That's because the floor, well, actually, no, I'm sorry, it's 22 inches completely because we kept the walls completely level with itself. So that way, if you want to put in the slide floor, which is getting released by the end of the month, we're doing a full-size slide floor that's 38 by 40. 38
Well, that's
inches
nice for the
deep.
two-door guys.
Yep, and it's also going to have the 500-pound slides.
Nice.
Because that floor sits up, or the tray has to sit up for where the floor drops down. If you've ever seen the two-door with the seats out, it's like a topographical map. It drops quite a bit.
Right.
At those center seat bolts. So what I actually created was I designed up 1.25 inch thick by 3 inch by 3 inch blocks that go in and bolt down to those two center bolts, and then we have 1/2 inch thick by 1 inch by 12 inch long strips that go on the sides of our metal floor, the little side frames, the floor on it. I got to move over.
Not a field goal.
Yeah. That go on those on the bottom section, so that way the tray, because it's so big and it sits up at least 1/2 inch off of the floor because of that rear plastic at the tailgate from the factory that's got that 45-degree angle. So the slide out's got to be higher than that. So we put those as rub blocks underneath. So that way, when you're driving down the road, bouncing up and down on trails, all that kind of stuff, you're not flexing the slide floor, which if you can break the 3/16 thick aluminum slide floor and the 500-pound slides, good on you.
You're doing something right.
Or something way wrong, right?
Yep. And what's really nice about that is it's also got, from the sidewalls to the body tub wall, is a great little cubby under those skins for a jacket, gloves, hats, boots, wet gear, miscellaneous stuff that you just want to get out of the way, but you need it for quick access.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. So the Ridgeback is out. That's what we call the full size enclosure. The Ridgeback two-door slide floor is coming out by the end of the month. Another thing that we've been asked about doing is just a drawer system, no enclosure, but just a drawer system for the two-door with the seat out and the seat in. So it would be like the slide floor in the four-door, where it would have the sidewalls that are adjustable height. So they'd be like 6 inch to 8 inch height adjustable.
Oh, nice.
And that way, if your dogs are back there, you want that place for the dogs, but you still want to be able to have something that's locked up with the tailgate closed. That's the beauty of having something like that in your two-door with the seats in or the seats out. And I know Mark is also listening.
Yep.
So we're almost done with the slide floor for the two-door locker. The locker is the system that is with the rear seat still installed. So the slide floor, we changed it to where we went to the heavy duty slides instead of the 150 pounders, just because the heavy duties, it's worth the extra money. You're not going to break them. And what's really cool is by putting an 18-inch slide in the bottom and a 16-inch deep tray, it extends all the way out, so you can still reach in and lift up your underfloor storage.
Awesome.
In the two-door, so you don't lose it.
Well, we have a question here, Alan.
You didn't plug it. There it goes.
Steve P's asking, will the Ridgeback work with a refrigerator slide on a two-door?
So the question is, do you already have your refrigerator slider installed, and is it installed on a piece of flat floor, or did you drill holes in your floor?
Or use existing bolts?
Well, a regular refrigerator slider is only as wide as the fridge.
That's true.
So that question will help me answer his question better. Did you already install your floor, drill holes in your floor, or did you put down a wood floor the whole size of the space and then attach your fridge slider to it? Because
I know the fridge freezer we got the other day, man, fit perfect with the Slipstream and the slide drawer stills. It was perfect. You could slide it out.
But we have a 4-door.
How many quart was that? Because that thing was tall.
Oh, I don't remember, man. I'll have to look it up.
It's tall.
Yeah, it was the biggest one they had.
So in case he doesn't have a chance to respond to this, I'll answer the question. So
It says it has the goose gear floor system as well.
Okay, so the goose gear floor system, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the goose gear system out, and you're going to have to put in our Ridgeback first, because that sits all the way down on the floor, because the top panel that has the bend at the tailgate that fits into the groove of the tailgate, you can't change that height, okay? But you can put the floor, the goose gear floor, on top of where you see the little side
vertical walls coming up.
Where the vertical wall goes up, you can have the goose gear floor sit on that and use the same factory bolts, locations, that kind of stuff. You can do that, and that gives you a flat floor to then attach your system to. So I'd go to the Ridgeback picture. If you're going to show a picture, show the Ridgeback picture, and you can put the goose gear floor. You might have to do some trimming, because I don't remember how far forward the goose gear floor goes, but our wall attaches to the very front of those seat bolt mounts.
We got a picture of that.
And there was a picture you had up earlier.
Yeah, we're getting it.
So it would sit on our, the flat flanges that sit flush on the floor for the Ridgeback. And then if you go to the other picture,
so demanding. Jeez.
that one. Yep. So you can see our wall goes right up to where it's got the 45-degree down to the 2 forward seat mounts. So as long as the goose gear doesn't come further than that, either you're going to have to trim just the front edge of the goose gear floor to fit inside that.
And you can always
go that far.
You can always take some measurements, call up Alan. Alan's phone number is literally on the website, and just don't call him after hours. Yeah. And he would appreciate that.
Just be respectful.
Alan will answer the phone.
If it rang right now, he would answer it.
Yeah.
I know, but we're trying to help you. Give Alan a little bit of a break.
That's what we're here for. So just to give you an idea, that is 42 inches deep. The front wall from the back plastic on the floor is 42 inches deep, is where the forward wall sits.
Back up so you can see it.
There you go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, Kelly, questions?
Same armrest.
We're getting the ads.
What else we have coming out for the Bronco?
Commercials again. We'll fix that.
Sorry, guys. We'll have to figure out how to fix it.
Got some cool Jeep stuff coming out, but
Ooh.
No, we don't mind.
There's some Jeep folks in the.
That I tell you what, you deal with the OEMs all the time. Next time you're at Jeep,
yell at them.
Line up a couple of engineers and kick them. They changed the plastic in the trunk space area on the sidewalls
for the new 24s
for no reason. And they did it around the roll bars too. So the roll bar, you know how the plastic sits up higher than the body tub, but it was only about that big.
Yeah.
Now it goes all the way over to the body tub, higher than the body tub.
Ugh.
So I have to change 7 different parts of the 26 for a JLU 2024 model. Yeah.
Well,
just for plastic changes.
That's crazy.
Really, if you had something that was actually there, that was functional, I understand it, but no.
But we were able to find one and get prototyping done. And
Yeah, my neighbor took delivery of one. I was like, I need it.
Well, and see that's proof right there of like what a stand-up company Diabolical is, because they're not slow to adjust to what it is. They're going, okay, let me see what's new. Let me see if we need to make tweaks to make sense. And then also making tweaks of the products that take feedback from their people that use the products and see what they can make sense, if there's anything that needs tweaks or those types of things. So as you can see, obviously there's been a few changes here and there on things, and definitely a stand-up product and stand-up folks.
And one person that has had a kit for, I think, a couple of years on a 2020 or 2019 JLU, called me up because he sold it and he took the kit out of it because he wanted to put it in this new 2024. And he's like, hey, this doesn't fit.
Oh, no.
That's how we found out about it about 2 months ago with the plastic change. Like, oh,
goodness.
Send me pictures. And so really what Dave said earlier is, all he's going to have to do is buy the new parts.
Yeah.
That we have to change out to fit. And it's basically the top skins, a wing wall, and filler pieces.
Nice.
Fork plates and filler pieces.
Well, and what I love,
you ran the Bronco without even having a Bronco, your Bronco, which didn't come until the next year. So I mean, we're always trying to get somebody in local to hey, can we borrow your ride for a couple hours here and there just to start prototyping things up.
We have tons of people that call us from across the country going, I'll let you use mine. It's like, yeah, drive out here.
Yeah.
Great, come on out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing I love too, is that, and I know it's good for you guys to only have to change a few parts too, but it's good for those, like you said, that maybe trade in their vehicle for a newer vehicle of the same kind, for them to only have to buy a couple of parts to make it make sense, instead of having to buy a whole brand new system when they know that system they love, it works for them and everything there. So definitely stand up, folks, as if you couldn't tell. We dig them a little bit.
Well, and tonight I dropped a video on this right here, which is the slide, slide drawer 2.0, I believe.
Slide 4.
And we we picked this thing up from you this past spring, and I didn't want to do a review or anything on it quickly because I wanted to see how it fit anybody can pull a slide drawer out and go, look, it's cool.
Fun to live with it.
But I wanted to live with it and see how we would use it. And it was amazing. One of the first things we found out was softball gear. And I know it's not the cool off-roading, like, oh man, I can strap, my house back there. But to have it at the end of the night, we're tired. Our daughter's tired. She didn't want to throw the stuff back there. We did notice the floor is rubberized in the Bronco, so there's no easy slide and a heavy bag in there. And we have found you slide this drawer out, she can throw it up on top there, and it slides right back in. And as silly and stupid, I guess, as that sounds, it's been kind of a lifesaver, right?
It has, yeah. It's been a super lifesaver, and then that combined with the Slipstream itself has just made our lives that much easier, because we literally can. All the effort is put into just getting it up on there. So easy to push in, and then we lock up the truck, and then it's off until the next game.
Right now we have the new refrigerator, cooler, and stuff that we want to mount in the back of that thing. This is going to be amazing for that. Alan, what's the response like with this product? I know I've seen other brands, but you're an American company. We like talking good American made parts. What how are the Bronco people, and I guess Jeep people as well, because this works in Jeep as well?
Yeah, so we've got it for the different JLU model and then the JKU 11 to 18 only. And that's probably about where we're going to stop. Everything else would be just a custom build, because there's just not that big of a call for it with the older Jeep.
You're telling me my new Mustang will never see one of these things for the back of it?
Probably not.
Dang it.
But yeah, it's like as soon as we get these in, by the time we get the slides ordered from Accuride and get them in, we've sold out of the production run. So it's great with, they just keep turning.
It's a
I've
good
seen on the
problem.
Bronco 6G a lot of good feedback that you guys are getting with them, and it's one of those things. So like, you wouldn't think how we go to the grocery. You got
Alan's face up.
Sorry, we go to the grocery. We got bottled waters, all these big bags of stuff. It makes as stupid as that sounds, is like daily use. It has been very helpful when we've got all these Gatorades and stuff. You load up and it's just slide it out and slide it back in. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And then this weekend it was nice with all the camping gear and stuff like that to be able to pull it out and do all that too.
Yes, definitely. And one other thing, we added it with our tabletop, and I've noticed you can put the cooler on one side or the other. It gives you more counter space, so you can flip down, use one of the area, either your area or the tabletop, as a cook area. We've got a prep station there. Like, it really, between all the things, it seamlessly works well together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And one thing that I forgot to tell you that's new also since we last talked is what we call the Bronco Stage. So it's very similar to, it's a dumbed down version of the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the same parts. We do it in steel to keep the cost down. And it's a 4-inch high riser. So it's like the slide floor side frames and the drawer top on it. That's connected in just 4 pieces at 4 inches high. So that makes the whole back end level with your seats down. I mean, you still have that little bit of gap between
just right here
up, which I tell people, buy a pool noodle.
Yeah,
stick a pool noodle down in there and then stick your mattress across, and you're pretty much good to go.
Our daughter would have appreciated this weekend, because we did have to bunch up some blankets over because for the Slipstream, there is the little mounting area back there, but she never complained.
No, she didn't.
Not about that.
I mean, she's 13.
Well, all you need to do is you just need to get a drawer top, and attach it to your slide floor. You can pull the 2 panels off when you want to put your cooler in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to sleep in it, all you do is put the 2 panels on top.
And then you basically have the same thing.
We do have the top of this. I'll have to remember that to adjust the because I think we have it at the maximum height.
I think you have the Gen 1, so it's the 1-piece top.
Yes.
Oh, yep,
yes.
we sure do.
Yeah, we went to the second generation that we did, and I think you guys saw it at Bronco Stampede, which makes it easy is from underneath, it's got PEM studs in the panels, and it's just got spin knobs that holds it, locks it down in place. So you can actually reach in, spin those off in 4 locations. Each panel comes off. So you're taking those top panels off or putting them on in 2 minutes.
See, Alan's always selling, because now I have to have that
every single day. How do you think he does such great products and gets it out to the masses and everything?
I know. Guys, load up your questions too if you have questions for the guys. Sorry, producer Kelly's stole my mouse.
Well, I was gonna say that Unbridled Bronco said, and Alan and the Diabolical team were so helpful in answering all my questions on the spot, which is funny because I don't know how many times I saw Jess come over and Alan was like, "Are you ready yet? Like, are you ready to buy?" Because he knew she was going to buy. And honestly, she knew she was going to buy it too. But it was just kind of waiting to get that final approval to make that purchase. So he was very patient with her in all of her questions and everything too. So
I think we've done too much.
Did I have in April that I don't think I had the roll bar molly panels out either.
No, but we did. So we got to see those at the Stampede, I believe.
We did.
Wait, no, I thought they were at Supercell.
Were they?
Were they at Supercell?
Yeah, because I wanted to put those in my Bronco. I just wanted to go on all the drives.
In April?
Yeah.
I can't remember if we had it out in time for that or not.
Yeah, you had one set there.
I had the prototype on mine.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The prototype.
Just finished that just before we drove cross country for that event.
Yeah, we were putting them on the day before you left.
Well, the thing with Broncos and Jeep Wranglers is you never have enough room. So to be able to just store some, even little things, like I'll put my GRMS radio in a molly bag on the side, like the microphone of it, just little things to keep stuff out of the way when we're not needing the products. And having anywhere like this to mount
if I can keep him organized, that is.
That was the show tonight.
Welcome to Marital Nation. You're welcome.
So I'll Dave and Kelly, I'll throw something out for you because you guys, yours is soft top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For now.
If you buy one of those, because I'm not making them yet, my soft cover bag for the side panels and the rear panel on the soft top. If you buy the inexpensive China one that's out there, So we've talked before where that fits behind the seat and the wall between those.
Mm-hmm.
Another really cool place to put that bag, if you need to, is it's a perfect fit up over the roll bar and under your folded top. So you can still fold the front half back and it stays completely in place.
Oh.
Good call, because we have not even thought about that space. All right.
Silly Jeep guys.
Different tricks, man.
Some tricks.
The thing that concerns me though in this photo is this truck is dirty. Look at all the dirt.
Wow,
back there.
Dave.
Wow, come on.
That
Alan.
means it's been loved and used.
Oh, you should see.
Because don't look at ours right now.
Ours right now.
Ours is real
My
bad.
dash is awful right now.
Yeah, that was probably after getting back here. And,
That was after Bronco Moab.
yeah.
So you guys just came back from Supercell West, right?
Yep.
How?
Yeah,
how
he
was
did
that?
Supercell West. I did Trail Hero.
Yep.
That's right. You guys split. You guys divided and conquered.
Yep.
So how were those events?
You know, the Supercells, we're going to do them all again next year.
Good.
You know, the Bronco people, you know, they like it when they see quality stuff, you know.
Yep.
I get it. Everything's a price point. It really is. I get it. And, you know, to me, I tell people, it's like, hey, I have to wait, you know, sometimes a year or so before I put certain things on my vehicle because I still got to pay for it. And, you know, like my rock slides, you know, on my Jeep, I waited 2 years for them. But, you know, I don't go out there and I don't badmouth the company because I can't afford them. You know,
Right.
It's not because of the price. The price point is because I just can't afford it.
Well,
But
each Supercell is a little different too, right? They kind of all have their own personality.
Mm-hmm.
they are, and I had a lot of law enforcement guys at this one, at Carson City. A lot of them up from SoCal, and as soon as they saw the slide floor, the enclosure, I was shocked.
Oh my God.
We sold 3 full sets.
Wow.
Slipstream, slide floor, drawer, molly panels, visor.
Wow.
Is it so like the canine units, they can keep their dog back in and just open the door and say attack, and it just like springs out.
It could. We're actually going through some old Jeep pictures. We have a German Shepherd and what's the other dog?
Like
a
a
wiener
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Wiener dog with both heads sticking out they have the folding top out.
So
And
were
that's
they
what
purchasing for their law enforcement vehicles, or were they just from tried and true knowing that they
They
needed
like
the product?
the security of it.
They recognize the security, and
That's
because
awesome.
They still carry gear with them. So
Yeah.
that was important. And, you know, Allie, I actually had a guy he's the Ford Accessory Group, regional manager from out this way on the West Coast. And he was asking me about, hey, have you ever thought about licensing it through Ford to get in their catalog?
Yep.
There you go.
So, because he admitted, he goes, you know, the Ford one's okay, but he saw what all of my stuff did, and he's like, holy shit. Sorry, family show.
No, you're perfectly fine.
And
you can say all the George Carlin words. It's
that's
okay.
usually the response we get. It's, you know, the people that
No,
have
I
been
remember
people
seeing.
have been watching it for up to a year and finally get a chance to come out and see it, and they're like,
it's a no-brainer.
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's full use.
Well, I remember Alan seeing the Ford Performance version of their security, whatever they call their cargo thing, and I was like, well, that's cool, but it takes up so much room. It was like not as well thought out as maybe it should have been. But I know some of these companies get last minute, they're in a hurry to do something, and Ford's like, hey, we want product. But yours is night and day different. And I remember looking at that product, and then I don't even know how I found your company. I think on Instagram you popped up, and I was like, no, that's the one I would rather work with, because that just works. It's modular, and it just works better with our lifestyle. So I can see how you know Leo likes all the attachments and stuff you can put in yours. And I'm telling you, if you had a place for a water bowl back there so the dog doesn't get too hot, you know, spring into action.
Not gonna lie, if you make some type of shelf
yeah,
that we can put dog bowls in, you'd sell 1 million of them.
That's an attachment.
Somebody already figured out that dog bowl that's got the floating top on it or whatever, so only so much water comes out.
Yeah.
But Allie's trying to be a diabolical person is what she's telling you, Alan. She's just like, if there was a dog bowl.
She's like, I can make this happen.
You can literally make a tray on the back of the tailgate.
You know what'd be better is those old gerbil water bottles with the hose and attach it to the wall.
Yeah.
So
we've all seen that meme, Alan. Come
the
on.
Molly panel, and the dog just walks up to it.
There you go.
Well, you just lost the sale, Alan. Way to go. You talked yourself out of the sale.
Trying to help you here with dog people.
Let's see. Any questions or anything, Kelly, that you've seen so far?
No. Sandbergo said, anyone going to SEMA? I know that you can see Diabolical at SEMA. They are going to be there in their booth, and many vehicles will have Diabolical product in case you missed that at the beginning of the show. So definitely check it out.
Which hall are you? North Hall?
Yeah.
We're in the North Hall, and it is. Do you have that piece of paper? You took a picture of it.
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
It's booth number 11317.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember all those numbers.
The nice thing is you know how you go like the Starbucks and all the food on the main corridor in the north, between the north and the center hall. As soon as you come in one of the side doors off that main hallway, we're right there.
Nice.
I took that very first spot. So when you walk in some doors, 11316.
11316.
That's close.
We're close.
Just went off. I think they would have still found you then.
Probably.
And it'll be interesting. Across from us is a cargo strap company.
Nice.
So we'll get a chance to talk to them and come up with.
And of course, if you're going to SEMA, download the SEMA app. It'll help you find all of your people that you want to see. I'm sure Diabolical, you'll be in the list of vendors on the app and all that fun stuff. So help you find Diabolical. It'll actually give you walking instructions on how to get to places. He doesn't remember that because I handled all that when we went.
I'm just a talent.
Yeah, that's it. So
Hey,
definitely do that.
I also want to say, anybody going, because I know what Fridays.
Hi,
Here's Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
No.
What
you
is it?
said
Friday.
He was the talent. I said I gotta go.
Friday's open to the general public now, right?
Yep.
So, guys, just remember this: if you're getting to go as general public, don't pester these people. Don't be. I've got
Walk in front of their
followers.
videos.
Yeah, don't do 10. I've got 10 followers.
Where's Jordan?
On
Is he
Instagram.
still in here?
Jordan's in here somewhere. We'll fight about walking in videos. But don't, like, if you have curiosity about their products, I'm sure Alan and them will be glad to help you. But don't beat them up about, I'm an overlander and I've got 100 subscribers that I can really help your company with. Because I'll be honest, what you do is you start messing up where these companies don't even want to do shows like this.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people to put a face to a name and then pester them when they see them in
because
public.
at the end of the day, this is their job and they have to make money, but they want to do a best product they can for you, but they also have to make a living.
Yes, and
So
SEMA is
think about that.
expensive, right, Alan? SEMA is very
SEMA's
expensive.
stupid expensive.
Yep.
we won't put a number on it, but yeah.
And
No.
everything that you want, like, do you want carpet in your booth? That's an add-on. Do you want an electric? That's an add-on. Do you want somebody to clean your vehicle after you get it in place? That's extra.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you want lights over the top so people can see your booth?
Yeah, they have a long list of add-ons.
You thought Southwest was bad with airlines.
Oh, hey, we like Southwest.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
actually fly Southwest quite a bit. It's actually Frontier
Spirit
that
and
does
Spirit.
Frontier and Spirit that are
All
add-ons.
the extra add-ons.
Yeah, because Southwest, the reason we fly Southwest is because we actually get 3 checked bags per person every time we fly. But Spirit and Frontier and a couple of those others, nickel and dime you for your seat choice,
Yep.
for your this choice, for your all these choices.
This has been Airline Nation. Alan, anything fun coming up? Anything new that you guys are working on, or is it just right now maintaining? And,
or that you can share right now.
maybe first of the year.
Well, we've talked about a bunch of things and going into the slow season, so be it.
We call that development season.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty much, because it's like you come into the shop and it's like, yeah, what am I doing today? My son's over there packaging stuff and watching movies at the same time, and I just sit here to get away from that, the house. But
we talked about Gladiator stuff. We've talked about
some Gladiator stuff, some modules for regular SUVs for being able to stick in multiple drawer units.
Maybe a universal slide floor.
A universal drawer system that would be kind of like could be used as a slide floor or the drawer system. Like 3 or 4 universal sizes, and that's pretty much it. Because every vehicle's different, every mounting point's going to be different, and it's like I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
it's too much because it all adds up, and unless the market's there, it's why do it?
We'll say universal. You figure out how to mount it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
But yeah, so it'd be fun to start actually increasing our merch. I've got some fun ideas for some different logos and things like that with an aviation theme background.
Cool.
So playing around with that kind of stuff. I may have somebody local that's going to help me build out my Sprinter van. So that might turn into Sprinter van. And
Man, I did a video on the Ford Transit. They're doing an off-road version called the Transit Trail. And man, so many opportunities for guys like you to really kit those things out. It's nuts.
Not so much stuff for the DIYers. It's more of initially because there's so many people that will go, well, I'll just make it out of wood. Okay, go ahead. Again, that's not the crowd that you're going after. But you're going after the ones that if you want to do your own electrical, if you want to do your own insulation, but you need cabinets and you need specific things, that's something that interests me because that helps out the DIYer at kind of like that mid-level area versus spending $100,000 to $200,000. That's not the target market we're looking for to go into. That's a full-on build, in those vehicles, which they're phenomenal. But for me, it's like, for $100,000, go get you a full-size Class C, and you can stand up in it. You got a stand-up bathroom. You got a full-size bed. You got a full kitchen.
But you can't use the van life hashtag then, Alan. Come on.
Yeah.
The hashtag means everything.
Well, when I did buy my Sprinter van, I did buy the domain Aviator Van Company.
Nice.
And it's AV8 little r Van Company.
Doing that shortcut on the license plate type Aviator.
Yep.
That makes it leak, right? Is that old school?
What is it?
Leak. Isn't that the name?
Oh, I don't even know that one.
Oh.
I'm either way behind or you are. One of the two. I don't know.
Brandon's kids are too young to know that, so he must be.
That's true.
Learning it from somebody else.
It's the middle schoolers next door.
Yeah, our daughter's 13, so yeah, some of the words she comes home with, and then she regrets that she taught us it because we blow it out.
What is the booty now?
Giat.
I'm like, what? How in the hell do you get that out of booty? Like, I don't.
Have you heard?
I don't want to know,
yet?
honestly.
Have you heard
Say
bro
that.
or bruh yet?
Oh yeah, all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Sid'll be like,
my daughter.
bro.
Bro's my word.
Really, bro?
And
I'm like, I'm not your bro. Yeah. It's like there's the shirt that's going around that's like mommy, mom, or mommy, mommy, or mom, bruh. Like, true story. It totally just flips like that so quick before we know it.
Well, so Alan, if people are wanting to buy your product, what's the shipping time like? Because we live in
does it depend on product? Or
we live in this Amazon culture now where they think it should be on their door by midnight. What's the turnaround for you?
So pretty much we try and keep everything on hand, much to my chagrin with the overhead, but slipstreams for the Bronco are in, roll bars are in, visors are in, slide floors. I think we have one left, but we got another production run going. I try and keep that to a really low minimum of 10 at a time. just because it gets pricey.
Sure.
With trying to do everything else, because as we're doing the changes over to the 2024 JLUs, that's 3 different models. It's the JLU with sub, JLU no sub, and the 4xe for the 4-door. So that's 3 more SKUs, plus the 2-door is going to be the same way. So
wow.
So there's 4 new ones, and what a pain. And we're transitioning the all of the Jeep kits are actually going to all aluminum like we've been running with the Bronco. So the prices on the JLUs are going up the first of the month. We were planning on doing it in October, but with traveling and everything, him going to Trail Hero, me going out to Carson City, it's just, and then coming back and
getting rid of
SEMA. Yeah, it's pushing back till then. But all of that stuff's going to increase in the Jeep world. It's a couple $100 because that's the difference between steel and aluminum for that many parts. And then adding in, they'll have the kits already part of that too. So where these are $100 for the retro kit. Now they're standard on the JLU kits and the new JLU kits once we launch them. We still have some of the steel ones at the $1,200, but they're going to be going up. So, but to answer your question, yes, we have product on hand.
Well, good. So if you guys are interested in that, even if you need to talk to Alan firsthand, go ahead and call over there in the morning, or till 5 Mountain Time. We'll say that.
And if you're ready to purchase, check out that deal they have going right now to either get your Molly panels or your mats for free.
Right.
We included in that Slipstream.
Definitely check that out. Alan, there's no easy, we told you earlier, there's just no easy way to do this, buddy. It's not you, it's me. That's what the kids say.
It's
Right?
When you get in the elevator and duck down.
Yeah.
The problem is it's 100% Dave.
Well, guys, go
100%.
over to, I believe it's Shop Diabolical Inc., right?
You can go to diabolicalink.com.
Okay,
cool. And it redirects.
Once you click on it, automatically redirects to the Shopify site, which is the e-commerce site. So
Awesome.
It all looks the same.
Cool. And check them out on Instagram, and they also have installs on YouTube. So definitely check those out as well. If you're kind of curious of how it's going to go, if you're capable of doing your install, I will tell you.
I was going to say the install videos are really good too.
Yeah, if you can
twist a
screwdriver, you can do this. It's easy.
Yeah, it's not like a 5-minute, here's how we installed it. It's a pretty 30, 40
And we
minute
literally watched it as we did our install. So I'd pause, do the next step. All right, let's watch, pause. So, yeah.
Or if you just show up at Supercell, I know Alan was throwing kits in like crazy. So
actually, Mark was throwing a bunch in too for him. So
Mark did another 2-door one. So
yeah,
he helped throw in the 2-door one while earlier or on a different day I was doing a 4-door install and talking to people while I was doing it. So
for sure,
when you're a lone man at it, that's kind of
Well, as long as our tent doesn't blow into somebody's vintage Bronco this year, I'll be happy.
Let's be done. Let's not talk about it anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Well, so guys, it was great talking with you, Alan. I'm sure I'll reach out in the next couple of days, and I got some things to talk about. But past that, go over to diabolicalinc.com and check them out. If you're emailing them, just tell them we said hi. We don't get anything from it, but I just like Alan to know that you were seen here, and it made a difference. So past that, Alan, we will talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks everybody.
Bye, good to see you.
That was Diabolical Inc, and I'm kicking them out. They've just been kicked.
Yes, it was the Midwest Goodbye Mobile.
Right. And guys, I think I've found the ads. Like YouTube they have like 15 different ways of ads now, and I'm not a bright guy. You guys should know this by now. I'm doing my best here. But Kelly was running the show, and I'm over here like frantically like, stop with these damn ads. Like, I mean, in 1 minute, I appreciate the ads because it helps fund things. But at the same point, I don't want to piss you guys off with ads. And YouTube has this whole thing right now with like, live streams. You can make more money this way. What it is they're tired of people like doing 4-hour live streams, and they're not getting anything from it. So, anyways, that's my struggle with that, and I do apologize for that. We will eventually have that figured out. Speaking of figured out, we did some adventuring this weekend. And first off, we got good news to announce.
We do.
Because last week we told you guys that the Mustang was probably going to have to go away because.
And I actually did some shopping around with it.
Somebody here was not struggling, but you were being selective for the right reasons.
Yes.
And she finally got a job, guys.
Yeah.
She's finally a worker bee again.
So, well, not yet.
Well,
it starts on the 30th. So I got the call this morning that I got my verbal offer, and they said the verbal offer is just as good as a paper offer. Digital.
You know what paper offer I like?
Whatever.
Dollar bills.
Yeah. So I got a job. God. And I'm excited about the job. So that's important.
And I am too, because we get to keep the Mustang for a lot longer.
Oh my gosh. It's all about you.
What turned out to be her. Well, the Bronco was supposed to be mine, turned into yours. The Mustang was supposed to be yours. It's kind of mine. So it's working out.
It's a true story.
It is
true story.
Out. So we get
I'm
to keep
not gonna lie, I didn't see it going that way.
Really? Oh, I love fast cars, man.
No, I know.
I
just thought Kelly was gonna claim that one too.
No, she does drive it.
So I was talking to somebody about that this weekend. Is that for me, if it wasn't we really want to keep this as clean and beautiful and nice, like not that we trash our vehicles, but we kind of trash our vehicles unknowingly.
We know.
Anyway, so like the Bronco is
she organizes a mess in the vehicle. We'll say that.
The Bronco is, hey, we can get it dirty. We can, take it out, live in it, have fun. The Mustang is like super fun to drive, but let's make sure it still smells like a brand new car. Let's not eat in it. Let's not do all these things. So I'm always worried that I'm going to drop a French fry and this one's going to find it and I won't find it before he does or something. So well, I mean, you said it. So that's why it's more his vehicle.
Craig.
There you go. That's it. I'm holding out for the Ranger Raptor.
No, that's the one vehicle that I've put my foot down and it's like, no. But I do. Bronco, so, right? And this was going to happen either way, but I have a video idea. And guys, tell me if I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
I want to take my 82-year-old dad out and let him rip this thing. I've got a spot.
Oh, yes, you have.
And I want to let him rip it and video this and see how he occasionally gets to drive some of our vehicles, and some he likes, some he's just like, it's a Ford. I don't like it. Because he's a GM guy, but he does like the Mustang quite a bit. And so I want to do a video on him. And people have asked, nobody watched, or not too many watched the video I did of my dad a few years ago, where he was just talking about his cars from his age, from the 50s and 60s. And but it was fun. And I lost my mom about just over a year ago. So we don't always have as much time as we like. So I want to do some videos with him. And so down the road, maybe he's not here. Yeah, I can go, hey, that asshole he just wrecked my Mustang.
Let's not. Please don't. No.
But seriously, no. So let me know if you guys think that would be a fun video of my dad ripping the Mustang, because I'll be honest, as long as he doesn't wreck it, I think it'd be
makes
hilarious.
Me nervous.
It does make me nervous. But so Kelly, job secure.
Job secure.
Mustang now secure.
Yep.
So next up, we went off-roading, and
we did.
Allie, we were sending her some pictures. She was kind of jealous that we got to go off-roading.
A little bit.
Hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya. Wait, we haven't got the Maya update. How is Maya? She looks sassy.
She got her voice back.
Yeah, Ooh. That's good.
Are you sure?
Well, for you, we don't live with her.
Are you sure? No, she's doing really good. She I don't know if you can.
Hi, Maya.
She has a lot of her energy back.
That's good.
She has not had a seizure.
Good.
This is like the last week that she could potentially have like a breakthrough seizure after radiation. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it. And she's kind of getting her appetite back.
Oh.
We have to persuade her with wet food at like every other day, kind of, just to make sure there's like something in her stomach with her meds, but she's here.
But it's not always Fruit Loops all the time.
No, but she had Frosted Flakes tonight.
Oh, stepping it up.
They're great.
They are great.
But yeah, she's doing pretty good. She's here, so I'm happy.
Yep, that's it.
So hopefully she'll make it to another Bronco event. So I'm really hoping she'll be here for Supercell next year. But
Yeah.
Well, good. We hope so too. But
speaking of Supercell.
countdown. Yeah.
183 days. It doesn't seem like a lot.
It doesn't. I haven't even booked my
days, 2
cabin yet.
hours, 42 minutes, and 6 seconds. And that should be interesting with my new job. Because I only get
You need to request it now.
Well, I will as soon as I get in the system. Because I quote unquote only get 96 hours available to accrue, and I don't know how that accrues. And yeah, but the good thing is with this job, I have the ability to work
Anywhere,
wherever. And if I needed to, I could be sitting in the booth working. So
that's true.
That's right.
Hold
got
on.
some flexibility.
He's crying. I have to take her outside.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you in a minute.
All right. So now that so Kelly, we went off-roading and we got the old Bronco a little dirty.
We did.
We got to try out the camper life, the tiny camper life, as it were. And we're going to have a video hopefully coming up at the end of the week about that. But we got to see the Badlands, which I've seen this. You don't know this park like I do, but I've seen this park for years and years. People, friends have all, from the Midwest area, they all go up there and have fun. And we got to experience that. And I have to say, first off, getting there was a nightmare because Indiana does not know what signs are, road signs. They're brown. I did notice they're brown. I'm like, and they didn't seem to be very reflective. And we're in these cornfields trying to find this place. And it was a little daunting to find, but we did find it. But the park itself, the campground, I have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, is probably a 9.5.
For the what?
The campground itself.
Yeah.
It was very nicely done. The roads were laid out very well. Even the primitive camping areas they had there.
Yeah.
They well thought out.
It was very well planned. The newer bathrooms were obviously significantly better than the bathrooms right by ours, but I mean, they were still had showers and toilets close enough that you could use them quickly.
One night they weren't close enough.
No, they weren't close enough.
Let's be honest. They're never close enough.
They're not that close. But yeah, it was a good campground. Obviously there was a lot of mud, so we saw a lot of mud, but as you can see in the picture, there was gravel in the spot easily. This was not their quote unquote premium, so they have 2 hookup options. Watch it, boys. They have 2 RV site options. They have the premium, and then they have, I guess this is the standard, and this is actually the standard one. So it worked perfectly for us. We had electric with this trailer. If we needed water, there was water on that side as well.
Which having electric in the trailer was kind of a game changer, right?
Yeah, it was actually really, really nice.
So our first struggle was this right here. We had, most people that own a camper, they just have a place to put in their camper, and we're like, well, we have all this stuff we need to take, and I love the suitcase, because once again, we had to get our stuff to the camper. So the camper was about an hour away from us to pick up.
Yeah.
But misorganization over here. I knew better. I pulled the Bronco to the front door and I said, there you go. Because I knew better.
And let's just say the organization going there was significantly better than the organization coming back.
I threw everything in the truck because it was time to go home.
Yeah.
But it was nice. We took the top of the Slipstream and the backing out there, as you can see.
We left the drawer in.
Yep. The drawer was in, so we could use that. But we used, what was it, RV Share, right?
Yeah, RV Share. And actually, we don't typically provide referrals, but we actually do have a referral link for RV Share. I don't think I've told you this, but we do actually have a shareable link, which I'll put in the comments for you if you decide to use it. We're only endorsing it because it worked for us. It was a great experience. It was a good experience.
Yes,
Again,
I think last week we talked a little bit about this, but I have to say, we picked up the gentleman that had the trailer. We picked it up. He was there waiting on us. He walked us through everything. He had an amazing PDF made for how to hook this stuff all up. And for, what was it, $65 a night?
$65 a night plus their fees.
Yeah, the fees I thought was well worth it.
Yeah.
Camping ground was obviously more, but
yeah.
To ability to have electricity for the site itself, I have to say was pretty freaking nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and honestly, after all the fees and everything for 2 nights, it was a little bit more expensive than a hotel. It was right at the 300 mark, but it included all your insurance.
There was no hotel,
and there was no hotels nearby, and you got the camping experience. So you've got all of that is definitely different than what you can get at a hotel.
Mm-hmm. But no, I thought it was interesting. You guys know, I've talked on this show many times about wanting to do basically a 2-person camper to see if that would be something we would be interested in. If you could live with it, because you have grandeur of, you want this big, basically a 5th wheel trailer that you would like to have.
I may or may not have seen one on the way home that I said, "Ooh, there it is," and I was jokingly saying that, but it was a 5th wheel, and I just happened to look it up, and it was a $104,000.
Yeah,
5th wheel camper.
Yeah. So guess what? Won't come home.
Yeah, that will not be coming home.
I can guarantee you, $104,000 trailer is not coming home. But
no.
Let's see. I think this might play. Let this load real quick. The girls were still asleep here. But here's a little campground area there, and I don't know what the raw audio is like here on this, but I was just walking around, and once again, having the plug up was nice. This wheel, I will say, was kind of a pain in the butt on this trailer. That should be underneath that, but that's that guy's trailer. But this little thing it worked out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It got cold. Night 2, it got pretty cold up there, and this thing had a little electric heater with it, which was nice. Our daughter froze.
She was cold.
From the Bronco.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, now I have a video here, or a picture here of her being silly, but this is her in the back of the Bronco with like 100 blankets
to cover up the unevenness, of course.
But she's being silly there, and no drama queen. But she had electric everywhere, so she could be on her phone all night. And
yeah, she had that big old brick sitting up there on there, so she could plug her phone in. She actually listened to music all night long.
You know how
the first night, yeah,
because
you know how we know, because we heard it
all night.
The first night she goes, "Yeah, I had to play my music last night because the people next to us were fighting, and I had heard the fighting as well."
I'd be recording the fighting and just making fun of it.
Yeah, normally she would. I don't know why. Maybe it's because she was in the Bronco by herself that she didn't really feel comfortable kind of doing that. But normally she would be recording.
Yes.
Whatever is happening.
But Kelly, what was your opinion of the camp life with this thing versus like ground on where would you be with this?
Oh yeah, this is 100% better than ground. For one, you've got a place to change in this one. You've got the comfort of the mattress was actually very comfortable. It was small, but I mean, look at how small of a camper it was. It was small for 2 people, but it was significantly more comfortable.
Full size bed.
Yeah, right? Probably a full size bed in there. It was significantly more comfortable than sleeping on the ground. So definitely a step up from that perspective. I did like that if we needed to, we did have the ability to turn a gas heater on in there, but we did just use a space heater that he had as part of that. He said, honestly, I wouldn't really use the gas heater unless it's like getting down to 20 degrees. He said, because it will pretty much burn you out of there. Like it's just so hot when the heat comes on. So we actually just used the space heater in the spot.
Yep. First night we laid the opposite direction as you see us here, and getting out was a nightmare. She found it easier. But where our heads are right now is basically the floor where you would walk out of this thing. And I found this to be easier and probably the right way. I mean, I don't guess
probably at the scheme of things.
No, I guess there's really not a wrong way, but yeah, no, this was for what these cost. $10,000 to $12,000. I can see the value of that if you price, because trust me, I've priced these things out for about 4 months now. The price jumps incredibly from 12,000. You're basically at 20,000. And I know Mama Bear here would like to have a toilet in one, but the price to just do that gets expensive. And then towing. I have to say this thing towed amazing. that little thing, I didn't know, and I told you many times. I mean, you've seen it back there, but you didn't realize you were towing anything.
Yeah.
Of course, now we're with the 2.7. I don't know how the 4-cylinder would have done. I'm sure just as great, but yeah, no, this I was pretty impressed with overall the whole experience, Kelly.
So this camper, actually, some folks were asking what it was the size of this camper. Let me actually go to the listing, and I can tell you. It was the Viking Express Series 9.0. I can tell you that. 9.0 TD.
For touchdown?
Sure.
Nice.
Sure. This one didn't have a sink, though.
Yeah, that's different.
But that's a walkthrough.
Yeah. Go ahead and communicate.
I am
Here, it's kind of like, I mean, it was kind of like this.
Whatever year this was. This was a little bit older.
Well, it was a 20 model.
Yeah, that's right.
That the guy had, and this guy he said he paid quite a bit of money just renting it out. He's like, me and my son use it when we want to, and other than that, I just rent the thing out.
Yeah, he said he actually got it he started listing it in January, and he said it was pretty quiet until like March, and then everybody just kind of started picking up for the camping and things like that. And he said it actually he's rented it a lot. He said it's been a really great experience on RV Share at this point, so he'll continue to kind of rent it on there at this point.
Now, I can say the difference here is the one we had the canvas all the way across, and you had a zipper there. It looks like they have maybe a screen door or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It looks like a folding screen door.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
I mean, this is definitely a little bit nicer model than what we have, but relatively the same. The counter space there, they had a radio and heater and stuff.
Not too bad.
No, it was the only problem we found when our heads was down at this end. Of course, ours was slightly different. We ended up putting the pillows down at this end because we had these cabinets that you could lay your pillows against, so they didn't slide all over the place.
Yeah.
But past that, the whole experience was, I have to say, was pretty nice. Now, like Kelly said earlier, renting it, obviously you're going to pay a little bit more because you're renting it. But if you wanted to try out trailers, especially basically for towing, especially.
Yeah.
I think that was the best
sense.
way to do it. Oh, I see what you're doing. I was like, what are you doing?
So here's actually the one that we rented. And it was out of Mount Juliet. So it's just not far from our house. So it's actually a 13-foot. So I know folks had asked on that. It's like, how big, what is it? Mm-hmm. So it was a 13-foot camper. Dry. They say that dry weight on this one. Down. Where did I see it?
Down.
It's not. Oh yeah, I guess it is. I'm sorry. So gross weight 2,100. Dry weight 1,080.
It definitely was light.
Yeah.
It didn't bounce on the road. It didn't bounce all over. But I mean, like I said, it was light, and I would tow that thing. Like we were getting 14.5 miles per gallon going up there in the Bronco.
Yeah, and I filled up today, and it was 14.9 when it was all said and done.
Is that too bad?
Is that combined? Is that all together?
All in.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't remember on the way back.
So we started the night like this. And then the next night, or the first night, we slept like this, and then the next night we ended up putting our pillows here.
Because, well, for one, like I cracked the window that night, and then my elbow was cold.
Yeah.
Which is
and there was storage up here that I was able to put my water bottle up at night. And what's cool is that these little spots on the side, actually you can put your phone in there. We put our watches in there. Mm-hmm. Actually, I found this after, which you and I have not talked about, but there's actually 2 outlets here, normal outlets. And then there's 2 normal outlets.
I saw those.
Yeah. So you use the 2 normal outlets here, but there was also 2 more over here. And then, I'm sorry, let me go back. So these speakers too, there's a radio system in it. So we were able to we didn't use the radio, but it was in there if need be. And of course, full storage under there. Let's see.
Was silly to set up? Silly easy?
Yeah, silly easy to set up.
Well, that's good.
And as you can see, this was the zipper door, like looking into the. And what was nice too is they had these lights over it, so you did have.
It had a lot of lights.
It had a lot of lights.
But yeah, so overall experience with that, and we got a video
Fridge here too.
coming out later,
And
later about
storage.
that, and everything worked.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Great experience. Definitely would do again.
Probably a different trailer.
Maybe just to give it another shot, a different one. But yeah,
Mhm.
there's your storage unit.
I mean, you have a
Yeah.
good point. It would be a good way to test out to see what you guys like and don't like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so that reminds me. So where are you at now with small camper life?
I still stand where I was before. I want a toilet.
A fifth wheel?
I want a
Jeez.
toilet in it.
No, okay. Well, I mean, obviously that. So I have found some 16, 18 footers that you can get, which push it to about the limit of what the Bronco should tow safely. But there's a balance for me and we talked about this on the way back. There's the balance of what this thing costs fuel wise, because it was pretty easy on the Bronco. You start getting to the bigger campers, and I know Mobile tows his a lot. So, I'm sure he can speak better to.
Yeah, he says he has an 18-foot. He bought a year ago for $12,000 and it was 18 new.
And that's a great thing about these. You can find them used and people want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So, but I found I would like to try the full enclosure where it didn't have this raised up deal, where it's more just a bed, to see if maybe you get a little more bed space, because we did find it was slightly cramped, not bad, but it wasn't as comfortable as our bed here.
Right.
But, I would like to try maybe another smaller one, not smaller, but small.
I think for me, in the perfect situation for us, what would be perfect for us right now in our lives would be one that sleeps 3. So that way Sydney could be in there as well, and a bathroom. Like those are my 2 wants. But I also want the fridge, because obviously we use the fridge.
See this, Allie? No, and then I want this.
But
and then I want this.
See, I'm like one of those people that, like, if there's a like shower and a bathroom like at the campground, like I don't care.
See, here's the problem. TMI folks, I pee at least once a night. At least once.
It's urination.
Wow.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you.
Who
So
gets in that soundboard?
That's for me, that I don't want to get up and get out in the cold and worry if there's anybody around or any, like that's for me. And if that wasn't the case, I absolutely wouldn't mind like being like, okay, I can go at night and then I can go in the morning. Like that's not a big deal. But
yeah, this is ideally probably the one we'll end up getting down the road.
That's the one I was looking
at. And it has
today.
a little shower and a toilet and the bunk beds, and then this dinette turns into another bed, and then we could.
So that way she could bring a friend.
No. But
just remember, if she brings a friend, she's entertained.
She was pretty entertained anyways.
You know why? Because she was on her damn phone.
Probably so. But I mean, I like the layout of this one pretty well. It would be nice. One of the things I did notice was we were in a lot of rain.
Yes.
So it was like you'd either be miserable in that little confined space or be wet.
Yeah. So we actually were at the campground, or at in the rustic area with our friends that had the campground or had rustic spaces, and we kind of went over, we stood under a tent for a minute, chatted for about half hour, 45 minutes. And then we're like, okay, I guess we're going to go to bed now. And like, to know that we had to go to bed and just go to that tiny little space, and our daughter had to go to the Bronco to sleep. It definitely was some of that. It takes away from some of that family experience from that perspective. So I definitely would like something that at least has a kitchenette, force you and Sydney to play cards or something on a camping trip.
Well, so we met up with our buddy Luke with Lifestyle Off Road, and he had to test out his Bronco, and Dad had to pull him out here, which was I think he could have he had his kids with him, so he didn't want to go too crazy. But it was interesting. This is how we basically roll up on Luke. We're like, oh, well, there's what Luke's doing, because Luke wants to hit every obstacle out there. This place, if you're kind of from the Michigan area, this is a lot like Hollyoaks, except, I mean, they have more natural,
a little more natural rocky.
There's more challenges because Hollyoaks is pretty small, really.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
this is about 1,800 acres, so it's, and I think it was growing because I thought we heard somebody say they had a new back half.
So what's funny is that if you, oh dang, it'll play again. But what's funny is if you look at the rear tire after this, there's actually sand on it, and there's actually an indentation in the ground, which this doesn't really capture it, but there's an indentation in the ground where his tire was sitting in the sand,
Ooh.
waiting to like be pulled
Yeah,
up.
you can kind of see it there. Just
But what's funny is his son gets out. His son is 5 and his daughter is 2
full of
or 3.
full of personality.
Yes, he gets out and he goes, "I didn't like that. Nope, didn't like that at all." It was just funny because he was done. He was done. So
But we had to help in recovering some Nissans. So
I don't think you have the footage on there of
probably
me winching.
Yeah, Kelly got to use her winch on the Bronco and pull some people out.
There you go.
Same guy, Tom. That was Luke's dad right there.
He just got his Frontier, so he's still kind of learning it, but he
Yeah.
had a Frontier for years before that.
But this terrain is it's real sandy, so you would know exactly, Allie, the kind of terrain. It looks muddy there because it was, but it was a good sand. A lot of grip to this place. The park overall I thought was pretty nice. Lots of signs everywhere to try to help keep people on the right trail. Kelly did get lost
because I was following Luke.
So I was riding with a buddy, and next thing I know, Kelly wasn't behind us anymore. And I was like, what is going on here? And what happened, Kelly?
It's because I was following Luke, and Luke thought he knew where he was going, and he did not know where he was going. So therefore, I was stuck behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got all sorts of crap of like, where were you? And I was like, we were stuck. I was stuck behind Luke. And then Luke had us taking I had to use trail turn assist a couple of times.
Yeah, you did get a little stuck here, but I think we didn't air down at all.
No.
And you would have got more grip on these little climbs here, but just fun little climbs like this. We did have to reposition you, and you ended up climbing. Yeah. I mean, you get up it here, but it was dragging. But put the rock sliders to the test here. Somebody in the little short we did of it, you can see him scraping the hill right there.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comment was like, the girl needs to get her arms in the truck. And I was like, where's she going to roll here? Like, at no point was there any chance for you to roll. But yeah, I haven't got to see the underpinning of the Bronco yet, but I think it's
yeah, I've scratched up a little
it's
bit.
time for some skids, some good skids.
Yeah.
So overall though, the place was really, I have to say, was pretty nice and not that expensive really.
No. It was, I think, $45 for the day with 1 driver and 2 passengers. And they put the driver tag on Dave's arm. They just didn't know any better. They didn't ask. So just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've often wondered about this little sign. I see people taking pictures of it all the time. And I was like, well, I got to go get a picture of me. The one time Kelly let me drive the Bronco was out of the park. I did feel sorry for the trailer, though, because we had so much mud on us by the end of the day when we were leaving Sunday. It was just pelting sand. And
I should have videoed it. It would have been
crap
funny, but
all
I
over
didn't.
the trailer. And then we were kind of panicky. We were like, man, we can't take this thing. Just the trailer muddy. He's going to be like, what did you do to my trailer?
Yeah, so we had to find a car wash like 20 minutes before we were going to drop it off so we could just spray it off and get the mud off the tires.
And then he just didn't seem to care.
Yeah, he was like, okay, it's fine. I was going to clean it up anyway. He was like, oh, you found some mud. You're like, yeah.
Like, oops. So you guys got a Badlands pictures of the Badlands Bronco in front of the Badlands signs?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
That's right.
Badlands at the Badlands.
And I will say Jeep had their little 4xe electric play charger out there.
Well, there's a Jeep on the picture.
Yeah. Bastards.
That's so weird.
Get a Bronco in there. But everybody up there was nice. I didn't see any other than Sydney hearing the neighbors fuss at each other. Everybody seemed very nice. We did meet a viewer, or we didn't get to meet the viewer, but we're friends on Facebook, I guess.
Yeah.
And I forget, I posted something. He goes, I thought I saw your Bronco up here. And we saw this cool little Badlands or a black diamond.
Yeah.
Two-door black diamond. And it was a pretty little thing. And there was 2 or 3 Broncos there, right?
Yeah. There was a hot pepper red. Yeah. 4-door. Might have been a Badlands.
I think it was a Badlands, yeah.
And I was like, it didn't get dirty the whole weekend. And I was like, you should have been taking your toy out there to play. It was Sasquatch too. So it was ready to play. And we saw some older Broncos on the trails. So
people in 50-degree weather, which was chilly for us, out there on four-wheelers in their clothes, just splashing mud puddles. And I was like, crazy. I like my not safe, but the warmness of the inside of the vehicle. I want that. Allie Bryce has a question for you here.
Yeah, he really wants an F550 with the King Ranch package. So I'm going to mention it to the people I know. The only thing I think they're going to say is they don't build enough of them.
Yeah. Like 3 people in the U.S. wants them.
Maybe
more. Maybe more than 3.
Maybe 6.
Maybe. I know he's so judgmental, right?
Not judgmental.
Yeah, you are.
Wow. Wow, let's add a few more days to Supercell.
Wow. She still knows it doesn't matter. Our countdown isn't dependent upon her going or not.
That's true. And by the way, I did notice
Maya.
Ford video guy said he's going to go see Alan at SEMA.
Yeah, I meant to pull that off. And I forgot.
And
Jordan will be there.
Oh, I know Jordan will be there. After hours, Jordan? Tire changer?
I only saw him pop up once. I don't know if he's still in here.
Jordan, my shoulder's about 85% now. I'm ready for should be by Supercell of having a tire changing competition.
I think we need to make that happen.
I think so too, because I ran my mouth and I'll probably get destroyed.
It's true.
Maybe
We
not.
could do you know how Bronco Nation did their stream after everyone left.
Yep.
That's when we can have the competition and we'll stream it.
That's right. No, I think it would be fun. Like I said, I stand behind my rat mouth running.
I gotta talk to Tom to see if he will put Michigan Bronco Club with Bronco Nation this year. We're shoved all the way in the back.
Yeah.
Have it be redemption.
They're going to need a bigger field for that though. Like at some point, it's either that or they're going to have 1 week for the old timers, 1 week for the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that's what it's going to end up being.
Which
sucks because I love seeing
all the old stuff too.
They're my favorite.
Well, and especially when you have people that own both, they're going to have to decide, well, which one do I go to?
Yeah.
Because not everybody can take 2 weeks off.
Or he's going to have to just cut it off.
Yeah, have it sell out and it be done.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's a little more room. They're just the trailer. Last year, the thing I noticed was trailer parking. They're going to have to be like, hey, you got to park your trailer at your cabin or something they
have trailer parking down the road.
No,
I was going to say, or down the road.
The back of that thing, we drove all the way in the back. It was full of trailers.
Oh, I know.
But it does. I will say, I thought the year before, the club space was a little, even though it was out front, kind of where I didn't think it should be. Seemed like it was more thought out than it was last year, where they sort of pushed the clubs in the back a little bit. They gave the clubs a little bit more responsibility of setting up your area a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. We'll have fun either way. We'll have a booth there for no reason to sell the 4 hats we'll bring.
In my Color Street.
Shut up. Nobody cares.
You just hated that I sold more in Color Street than we did in our swag.
No, we sold quite a few hats.
5.
I sold a lot.
Nobody cares. What's that got to do with Ford?
Kelly, I care.
Do they have a Ford Blue?
Yes.
That's the thing. You should find all the colors that match all the Broncos.
So I did the first year and nobody paid attention to it. So I even had a set out that was this is eruption green. This is equivalent to eruption green. And this is equivalent to hot pepper red. And
but if you
all
put
this
it on
stuff.
a poster board, maybe.
Oh,
With
you
flare.
can.
You need flare. 10 pieces of flare.
Is that all I have to do? Or are you saying 10 pieces and then I have to add 5 because it's not good enough? I know what movie it is. Remember, I waited tables through college. That movie was wait, no, that's off. That's a different movie.
my god.
That's right. That's right. Marital Nation.
Dude, my dog is
Office
snoring
space.
in the hallway.
Do what? You're ignoring your hallway.
My dog is snoring in the hallway.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, I was thinking it was Waiting, Mobile Moto for a second.
That's a great movie too, though.
Yes.
What the hell?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. So overall, I will say Hollyoaks. Badlands, 2 thumbs up on that. I would like to see it when it's dry.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to see that. There was
Go down.
some fun challenges. What?
Here. Proof that our child actually did go on the trip with us, even though you don't see many of her. So we had a good time. So, Allie, what's new in your world?
Really? Nothing, honestly. No.
Michigan Bronco not doing anything fun, or?
They're doing some rides and stuff, I think, this weekend. I'm not going. Honestly, I'm not going.
No.
Oh, there
So
you
if
go.
anyone's going this weekend, I'm sorry, I'm not going. No, everything with Maya, I kind of just stopped following a lot of the stuff, and then we're trying to find like the best way to do events, and I like Facebook events because one, I can see everyone who's going.
Yeah.
Where they did like an email format, and I'm like, I don't know who's all going. Like, I don't want to go and just be like, granted, like I never go to an event and like not know anyone, but that's just
Right.
me talking. So
Well,
I talked myself out of it, and like, I mean, Maya's doing fantastic. Like, I'm so happy with how like we're having more good days than bad. So it's like, I know she's getting better, but it's just, yeah, I'm not going.
Well, in short of creating a forum, Facebook, like Facebook's a good way to see who's all going for those that are on that social platform.
Yeah.
And we did our event when we did our, I go, yeah. So apparently Laura, or she didn't tell you, Laura, that you were supposed to go this weekend, because I'm kidding, because I know you had some family stuff going on, so
yeah,
kept you busy. But whatever, I'm just saying.
I would say though, like I know Nurse AJ wanted to come out. This was not the weekend for rookies.
Yeah, because we did not know what we were getting ourselves into, and there were definitely some.
She's not a rookie anymore.
No, but
she wanted to go on one where she could kind of be spotted by us, or those types of things.
Nurse AJ.
That's what I'm saying. Nurse AJ. You said Nurse AJ.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. So that is definitely from that perspective.
And yes, Jason, it is like a 2.5 hour drive on top of the drive itself, and then driving another 2.5 hours back.
Yeah.
It's
So I would say what we did that was successful for us when we did our off-road event was we had it on Facebook, but we also had people that weren't on Facebook. And what we would do is we created an Eventbrite, and that way we could keep up with our numbers on how, and even if it was a free person coming, they still had to sign up. That way you had an active number on how many people were actually coming.
The problem is we have too many people go to our events.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So that's it. And like, I get their point, because there's not a good way to communicate over Facebook.
Yeah.
But like, I've had 3 people message me tonight asking me if I'm going, or like who's all going. And I'm like, I really can't tell you. I'm like, I can give you the 3 people that I know that are leading it, and you guys can contact them. But they want to know like who's going, like people wise, which I get that. But
well, and what's cool about Eventbrite is you can actually give it an option, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to do it unless you charge for an event. Like if you do an event where it costs, $20 or whatever to attend, then of course they have a fee or whatever for their platform. But if it's a free event, you can actually choose the option to show who signed up, and it'll actually give a list of everybody that's going to that event. That's through
cool.
Eventbrite too.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out again, because last time I tried, it said anything over 30 people, there was a charge. So I'll have to see if I did something wrong.
Maybe they've changed things over the couple years then.
Well,
Because it's been since 21.
We've got updates. Rebel Rally
Yeah.
update. Let's see the 4x4 class. It looks like currently the Rubicon 4xe is leading, followed by Toyota 4Runner, the Rivian RT, and next up is a Bronco Raptor is in 4th place right now. So
And then a Bronco Raptor in 6th.
it's Laura. I don't even want to try to pronounce that last name.
Marco Russo. Oh wait, wrong person. Wanless.
Wanless,
Lauren
okay.
Maria.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Guitar. Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in 6th place right now is Carissa
Hayden Trista Smith.
Yep.
And then 9th place is Shelby Hall, Rory Lewis with a 23 Ford Raptor. And then
15th.
Toby.
Sorry, Toby.
Vinica. Carolina Carlson in a 23 Ford Badlands Sasquatch. And then the next one down is Elena Trejo and Danielle Shivitz in a 21 Bronco.
These scores are tight.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen Harbor, Avis Cook in a 22 Bronco. Angela Terry, Nicole Locum in a 22 Bronco. Serena Pruitt and Kirsten Bax in a 23 Raptor, Bronco Raptor. And Amanda Walden and Jackie Gentry in a 21 Ford Bronco.
Rookies.
41st.
There you go. Good for rookie class.
Yeah. So where is our
Go to X Cross.
Yeah. Right now, Broncos leading in the Bronco
Melissa
Sport.
Bronco Sport.
Hollywood.
And then the Ford Mach-E is number 2.
What's the difference in the points?
557 is leading right now.
No, 575
or
is leading.
75. 557 is 2nd place.
Oh, dang.
And then our friends Jill Simonello and Kristen Shaw are in the Hyundai Santa Fe in 9th place.
There you go.
So they're just a little over 100 points behind right now. And our friend Mercedes Lilienthal.
Yep. So they're in the Honda Pilot, number 8.
But looks like very competitive on there. So
I feel like by going to the scores today, hit day 3. So if you look in the far corner, you'll see the penalties. It looks like a lot of people got penalties today, so I feel like today was very tough.
Are you talking about where on the right? Oh, on the right, where you go.
Yep.
And they get penalties if they show up too early, right?
Too early, too late, wrong turns, flat tires, they need help, bunch of stuff.
let's see.
Jill, they didn't have any.
Jill didn't have any penalties today.
But Mercedes did.
Mm-hmm. And 20 points here.
And for everyone who doesn't know what this is, Rebel Rally is basically 1,600 miles that it's all women. No phones. You get a map and a compass. And
Old school.
Yeah, you are told the checkpoints you have to go to, and you're timed on it. So you can't go too fast because you have to track like how far you're going. And like you have to keep a steady speed during the whole thing. And then you have to like get out, you get to take some pictures, you get to see some really cool things.
I've lost my show to the women.
He's only 85%, guys. Remember that.
Don't hate it. In Mobile, Lake Orion is near Detroit. Yes, it's about. Jason. No, he was asking.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Jason answered. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, I'm from Lake Orion too. So, anyway, go ahead. My bad. Jumping in the conversation in the chat. I should know better.
I know. Jeez. So there is the update. Looks like Ford is doing quite well there.
I'm really impressed with how they've done so far.
Yeah.
Like the score is really close.
Well, but you go from used to be what 35s was the biggest tire, then suddenly 37s when the Raptor
Well,
wants to play.
I'm not comparing the Raptors. I mean,
No, but I mean it's a highly capable for the desert. That's the most capable vehicle out there. It better kick ass. That's what I mean.
I know, but let's even take them out of it.
Yeah,
like
all the scores are close.
I'm saying like take out the Raptors.
Right.
And like look at how close like the scoring is between everyone.
Yep. It's all super close this year.
Love it.
Well, guys, I think that's a show tonight. I want to say thank you for Diabolical coming on and pimping out their goods, because we like those guys, and they pimp well. And pimping ain't easy.
Oh my god.
Thanks for joining. If you have not already, check out Allie's socials. You can see Allie Du Bois.
We haven't got an update in a while, Allie, on your YouTube. Have you done? I mean, obviously you're not posting much over there, but
I've been gone for like a month off of it. I think I still have over 200. Hold on.
That's good.
This
I just recently started posting stories again, or not stories, reels again on my Instagram. I've been a little MIA, but that's okay.
How dare you have an occupied life?
I know. Oh, I'm up to 243. I gained 3.
Nice.
It's
Rock
probably
on.
the 9 times I revved your Mustang. What?
I'm still sad that Jordan didn't get to steal my Mustang.
Dude, we literally had this whole plan. We were very upset.
Yep.
And then we came in too quickly.
No, he was back.
I know.
He was back in.
I was being funny.
Ford wouldn't.
I was being funny.
Ford wouldn't release the stallions.
I said I was being funny.
Ford's not releasing shit right now.
Whether it be 2-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive. It only
Or
matters what you
Ford.
drive. If you're talking
Fords tonight.
or marriage or anything else, I don't know.
But not Nats.
That's right.
Not Nats.
Notice there was none of this tonight.
The bug zapper did its business.
Peace.
See ya.